You're very, very stupid.
Idiot.
Useless fellow. Look at him.
Nonsense.
Look at this idiot. Guy, oh my. Are you even a human being?
I agree.
Animal, rubbish.
I agree.
What's going on here?
Foolish fool.
Sorry, sir.
Cynthia, what's happening?
Sir, I just saw a plate of food on this table and I ate it. That was all. He just started harassing me.
Just like that. Aminu, explain yourself.
Chana, here I do.
Hey, speak good and correct English.
Just leave her for God. Just leave her for God.
Aminu, will you explain yourself or I'm going to deduct your salary by 5,000 naira?
Hey! Me, I stand.
Okay.
I keep food.
You what?
Cynthia, you chop food.
You mean Cynthia eats your food?
No, he chop only one food, no be 8 food.
You be mumu.
Wow. Go on, I can hear you.
So now I come say Cynthia, why? Cynthia can't let me now. He chopped me.
You what?
He chopped me.
So you mean you are battling with a lady in the kitchen? I mean, you are more than this. You are a man. Don't do that.
Because now woman now you don't dey chop water. Chopavaicho no be cho. No be cho.
Cynthia, can I get your report?
Yeah, sure, sir. This week I went to the market twice. I made egusi soup 5 times, made semo 6 times, and I made 12 home deliveries.
Okay, that's nice. Aminu, let me get yours.
Cha?
Let me get yours.
Cha?
You wrote it. Read it.
You think say they wise?
No, I don't write and just read that, cha.
Read it out. I want to hear you.
You are a
Look at
woman.
that.
Read it.
Okay, sir. Chachon customer chop chalad. They chop chalad and chopaghetti there.
Hey!
They changed the.
Continue.
They were adjusted.
They were what?
When they come, they were adjusted. So we give them chalad and chopaghetti.
Adjusted. What's that?
Adjusted. They don't tire. They adjust. They tire.
Oh, you mean they were tired? They were exhausted.
This
Man!
So they
now what?
How got it? They now.
Aminu.
So they now do this thing.
You wrote it. Read it yourself.
Think about your life!
I don't know, Cha.
Can you imagine?
But they now do this thing.
Aminu, why can't you comprehend? I'm tired of you.
Cha, they come be like something they burn for kitchen.
Aminu, nothing is burning. Come back.
Run!
Good afternoon, ma.
Afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine, my CV.
Okay, you're here for the interview, right?
Yes, ma.
The presenter position, I see.
Yes, I want to be a presenter here.
Okay, hope you have a clean accent.
Yes, ma.
You know, as a presenter, your accent is supposed to be very clean.
Yes, ma. I can say anything.
Continue. Okay, so I'd like you to repeat these words. Assume Al Jazeera gave an unprecedented news.
Ma?
Assume Al Jazeera gave an unprecedented news. I want to hear you say it.
Assume Al Jazeera gave an unprecedented news. Ma.
I can hear you.
Assume, Abudala Malia. Assume, Assume Al Jazeera gave an unprecedented news.
Okay, we would get back to you.
Get back to me, bro. You know if you tell me make I even talk any simple thing.
You what?
In my TV, I know how you get back to me.
Oh.
I gave her. You know if you tell me no, you present and not be the key people so and so place I will talk. You say make I talk. I gave.
He shot you!
Next person!
When I go find me for
Next!
Welcome back to Daybreak Extra. That was quite a hilarious interlude there.
Yes, it was.
Well, the laughter actually makes a lot of things easier. I think it should be something that does something for mental health, I think.
Yeah, is it?
Does it?
I think it makes you feel good in the moment.
Okay.
Yes, in the moment. But
Yeah, well, at least if we can't find it in the long term, at least taking tiny moments is actually something that's
very
good for
true.
us as well.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
All right, so we actually have the man behind the skits in the studio. Talking about Aminu, the comedian. Good morning and welcome to Daybreak Extra.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, so first of all, do you do just skits or do you also do stand-up comedy?
I ventured into skit lately. I've
Okay.
been doing stand-up for like 8 years now.
Oh, wow.
I do wedding MCs and stand-up basically. I just ventured into skit last year.
Okay, so tell us a bit about your journey, into, before, how you started and where you are right now.
Okay, professionally, I can say for the past 6 years I've been doing comedy. But from way back, secondary school, higher institution and everything, professionally, I've been doing comedy for like 6 years now. And that's it.
Why comedy?
Why
not any other thing?
That's one thing I find myself doing easily. I'm a computer scientist,
Okay.
professionally by career-wise, but I find myself doing more of comedy. It's something that gives me joy. And sometimes it's not even about getting paid. From the early stage, I do comedy freely. I'll just call me for events, I'll come, I'll do it, I'll go. I never knew I would get paid for doing it someday. I just love doing it. It's something I do easily.
Okay, so why venture into skits and not remain on stand-up? Is there more money?
Actually, I still
Or is
do
it because
stand-up.
everyone is doing it?
I still do stand-up. I have my own stand-up show I do every year.
Okay.
Jokes and Stitches. Me coming to perform for 600 guests every year I do it. So, but the skit is to keep me busy till my event. And everything is moving online today. So the best way to promote my stand-up is using skits. So from them seeing me on skits, they would want to see what I can do on stand-up. So online is the market right now, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm still doing stand-up. Yeah.
So you're based in Abuja?
Yeah, I'm based in Abuja. I was born in Abuja.
Oh, okay. All right. So how would you, the comedy industry in Nigeria is quite big. It's quite large. We have lots of comedians and they're making big bucks. But usually they operate in a different part of the country.
Yeah, you need to understand your own market. Everybody can be in Lagos. Yeah. So in Abuja, we have comedians too, but we just have to make Abuja people understand that they have to embrace comedy. So that's the job we are doing right now, and I think it's getting better. We can see the likes of AY coming to Abuja to do AY Live. Like, everybody's coming to Abuja to do their show right now. Abuja audience are understanding comedy. They are loving comedy already. So we are glad that we are here already, so it won't be an issue for us to blend it to the market.
So, but do you think you would have been bigger if you were in Lagos?
I don't think so. It would have been difficult because I know so many people who started together, and I think I'm a bit ahead because my competition here, I've been able to curtail them. I've been able to understand how to go with them. But in the Lagos market, you are not just doing with your mates, you are doing with the big fishes already. So
the competition is stiffer and it will make you improve and want to do more, aim higher.
Yeah, sure. But sometimes I even feel the Lagos, I'm not saying this to discredit anybody, but the Lagos market is not even as strong as the Abuja market when it comes to content. Because we have the Abuja comedians, we have to do extra jobs. Abuja people, we are trying to make them like it. Lagos people already love it. So when we go to Lagos, we even deliver better. They are shocked, like, who are these guys? They come from Abuja to do this. So we, the Abuja comedians, we are doing a very, very good job when it comes to putting the audience together. Imagine somebody, I don't know which word to use, somebody who is stressed, somebody who's always indoors, who doesn't go, they just come out to an event hoping you would make them laugh. Lagos audience, they're always busy, they are always on the road. So it's easy to crack them up. So Abuja people are more organized, so that's the issue. So I will be able to understand Abuja market, and if you can conquer Abuja, you can perform anywhere. Anywhere.
So is it only in Abuja that do you go to any other places in the north to
I'm from Kogi State. I do gigs in Abuja. I do in Kogi State. The Lagos audience are beginning to notice me. They call me to Lagos to do some works too. So I just use the Abuja to portray myself, get the audience I can get. I do go for outside jobs in Abuja. I do outside gigs. In the north, I do so many northern weddings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can actually say that your MCing is what gives you more exposure when it comes to northern cities.
Exactly.
And not really the comedy.
No, in the north, the MC gives me more exposure.
Exactly. In the north.
True.
Okay.
Now, one would say the highlight of your skits or your comedy is when you speak in Igala.
Yes, I've been doing normal skits for a year now. I get the attention. They're like, your contents are good. I get normal engagement. But I just tried one Igala content once.
Okay. And
I noticed some non-Igala people are reposting it on all over WhatsApp. I'm like, what's happening? Then I tried the second one. The second one even became better than the first one. I was like, okay, it seems
Igala accent sells.
And Nigerians, we love accents, if you should notice. My brother, Sarikin Daria, I don't know if you will know him, Sarikin Daria. He does the Hausa accent. And he has been doing clean accent for the past 6 years. Nobody noticed him, but the moment he ventured into the Hausa accent, he peaked. So since Nigerians, we just like it local. We like it. He needs to sound like us so we can blend. And the Igala accent actually helped me.
So don't you think that maybe using the Igala accent might alienate you from a particular set of people?
Yeah, I actually had that thought some time ago, but
yes.
Those who know my kind of job, I mix it. I don't just do purely Igala. Then sometimes I try to make them understand I can speak English very well. So I will just post some clips from my stand-up performance or from any wedding I'm anchoring, just to give them that this is still me. I'm not just that Igala man on the skits or this. I can do this too.
Okay, so what happens or how do you react when people don't laugh at your comedy?
Now that's a bad day at work. That's a bad day at work. But I think God has really been faithful to me in that aspect. I don't really get bad days at work, except the audience are not just you don't get a good day every time. I've gone to a political rally. You don't crack jokes at political rally. You don't do that. So they just called me there, and some people were laughing. Those ones that were paying attention to me, but everybody scattered. So I like everybody seated. You know, comedy today, and everybody wants to do table events. You sell 1 million at a table. I'm not thinking of that direction. I want to do a stand-up comedy where I will just sell regular to everybody. We all will be seated. I'll crack jokes for you. You go. But you won't make much money like that of the table, though, except you have partners. So I hope Nigeria will understand that very pattern and start giving us partners.
So in some parts of the world, we have comedy clubs, whereby people go there, do improv, stand-up comedy and whatnot. I think it helps that particular industry. Do you think we can benefit from something like that here?
Yeah, I do. I actually started with some clubs in Abuja, not clubs, gardens, because we don't really have such.
Yeah, exactly.
So I started with gardens. I go to gardens weekends. I crack jokes. I make people laugh, and it's a free, because they enter for free. You don't pay tickets. You just come to laugh. You have an agreement with the owner of the place. And it was working out till we started having. If you are growing in the industry, there are some things you won't do again. That very area, we don't have such clubs for some persons in this country. Like, you can't imagine Basket Mouth coming to a garden to perform. He's already advanced. He can't do such again. With the level I think I've gained, there are some gardens I won't be able to go. It will now reduce the price. It will reduce the profile and everything. Yeah.
So have you always wanted to do comedy, and did your family and friends support you in any way?
That area. I've always wanted to do comedy. I started watching Basket Mouth. I started watching Gordon's AOI. These were the people I was watching then, and they were my big inspirations. I just want to be like them. Then abroad, I like watching Chris Rock, David Chappelle. I like the way I like people responding to them. I like hearing the laughter. So normally in my area, we'll gather together, we do yabbing. I am very good at heckling. I can yab you. So from yabbing, I was like, okay, if people can laugh from me yabbing, how about I create, instead of yabbing, just say other words that will make people laugh. So I started cracking Basket Mouth jokes. I'll take Basket Mouth joke, I'll go to somewhere, crack it, I'll just fine tune it. They will laugh. I said, how about I create mine? But it wasn't easy creating mine because so I'll crack 2 of mine, take one of the big names. I was just helping myself till I started getting my own content. My family, my mother was like, so you want to do this thing? So wait, like, look at this, my younger brother wants to be an engineer, everybody wants to be this, that. You want to be a computer scientist, but you're not giving it that full. Why do you want to do mumu? They go like, if mumu gives me joy. And so, but in every event I've done, she's always there to watch me do that mumu thing I do. So she's there. So
don't you think you being a comedian now has it ever stopped people from taking you seriously when you actually want to be serious?
Every time. Every time.
So how do you deal with that?
So I tend not to be a comedian off stage. I try my best not to, because I'm this kind of person, when you sit together, I like cracking jokes and everything. So I started building a mindset that I'm not this serious person. So ever since I started going to the big market, I don't crack jokes offline. I crack jokes only when it pays me.
Okay, so that's your moneymaker. You can't give it off for free.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
all right, so how do you balance being a computer scientist and a comedian at the same time?
I don't even practice computer science
at the
moment. I just, maybe when I have a project and I think, okay, I will need to do this, and someone gives me a job like, I need someone that can do this. I say, yeah, I can do this. I have a group of boys that work for me. Okay, let's do this. I will give them the idea. This is what we are trying to do. But me personally, I don't think I sit to practice computer science.
But do you make enough money from being a comedian? Because I know a lot of people, dabble on other things. They have other sources of income, just to keep themselves going.
At the moment, I think I'm making what can sustain me for now. But starting it wasn't easy. I do other jobs too. Like sometimes, even my events, I don't have sponsors. I would be the one to finance my event. I would be the one to do all my other jobs, to just patch it up, do my event. And well, for now, I think what I'm making right now, it's enough to sustain me, my family, and everybody around me.
So you're content?
Yeah, for now.
So any plans on expansion? Maybe going into movies and whatnot?
Yeah, I want to expand. I really want to.
Other sources of income.
I really want to expand. I want to do big things, just to revolve around comedy, movies, just everything around comedy, basically. I don't want to go far from comedy. I don't want to do something that would make me become too serious. I want to still be in the circle of comedy, from movies to just comedy, basically.
Okay, now have you ever been in a situation where you went blank on stage, and how were you able to maneuver? Did you improvise, or did you just remain shocked?
Okay, let me give you this. I won a competition 2019. MC Tagwaye did an event.
Okay.
I was the winner of the competition. We were over 70 comedians from all over the states, and I think I was the least when it comes to packaging. I got on stage that very day. I was thinking it was just me and their normal Abuja boys. I saw some boys that have been looking up to meet, competing with me. I became blank. So when I got up the stage, I was like, so I'm going to compete with this set of people. So instead of doing what I arranged, I said, with what I arranged, I don't think I can beat these guys. Because when doing the Abuja audition, I was seeing the normal guys. I was like, okay, if it's these guys, I know what to do to just... I saw some boys from Sokoto, Katsina, different places. I got on stage, I just had to improvise. For the first second, I became blank. I didn't know it was going to help me. I became blank and I stood. So the audience were wondering, what is he about to do? So I didn't say much. I was just like, so the idea of this competition is I'm here to make you laugh. I was just saying it. It wasn't planned. I was just saying it as it comes. But right now, the plan was I came here to make you laugh, and I'm meeting these guys. They are also here to make you laugh. So first of all, good evening and good evening. But to my audience, good evening. To my fellow contestants, I will wish you good evening. I will wish you good luck, because I'm here to compete. So I was just saying it randomly, and the audience were enjoying me. So when I dropped it the first time, what the audience, they're now like, this guy is real. He didn't come with any kind of script. Just the expression that was helping me. Then the mode of, I was sounding sorrowful. So you people need to help me win this money right now. I have family problems. if you can see these people are doing well, this guy owns a car, we tell you much about this guy. He has a house in Katsina. I'm trying to help me. So I laid that and I left. The second time I was coming, I came back prepared that time because I already understand who I was coming against. But it wasn't easy being blank on stage. I was like, so after fighting this far, this is the end of the road for me. Well, it's got to have it. I won the competition.
Yeah.
It was a 1 million naira prize. And I was able to win it.
Okay.
That's so much money.
Well, that's a lot of money.
That's so I thought. Till the money came, I received 1 million naira problem too. 1 million came with 1 million problem.
Yeah, so well, it seems like you've had quite an incredible journey. But what has been the most memorable thing that's happened in your career so far?
That very competition.
Okay.
That very competition.
Because it's launched you into.
Yeah, I was doing quite well during the Abuja market, but I needed something. I was broke. I needed something to hold me. So when I registered for the competition, and I was like, I know I'm going to meet the younger ones, the elder ones. Let me just go for it. And I went to the competition by faith. It was in Transcorp Hilton. I was having just 300 naira on me. From my house to Transcorp is 200 naira. So I just have 100 naira that won't take me back. And I told myself I was going to win the competition. Even before the competition ended, I already had like $700 from the audience given to me. Some ministers were giving me $100, and I had 700 to myself, and I won the 1 million naira. So I had to split with the 700 within the 10 last standing, so I can have my 1 million to myself. So nobody loses. So
you went with 100 naira and you got $1 million.
Yeah, that was a very memorable one for me. It was a big one.
Okay, now, I'm trying to do some calculation in my head, but, pending when I finish the calculation, I will get back to you. So one other thing I want to ask is, what is the worst thing about your job?
It's the fact that some people wouldn't take you serious. Some people wouldn't, everybody feel you are always, the funny guy, just don't mind it. I needed a support for a project I was doing, and I told them, like, this project is like 5 million naira. You laugh at these guys, now don't come again. So which project be 5 million naira project? But they don't take me serious most times. So I need to start giving them the serious part, which is the business part, then I deliver the comedy part. But once it's business, I tend to be serious. Okay,
now the unseriousness, would you say that's society's perspective about that particular profession?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is, and we need to adjust that mindset. It's not really cool that it's a job. This is what we do for a living. This is what we've cancelled every other thing to do. So joking is our business. So we don't joke with our business.
Him just saying joking is our business sounds funny. Is that me?
Yeah, but it's actually true.
No, but the likes of AY, and Basket Mount, you can't say society doesn't take them serious.
That's because they've achieved.
Okay.
At this very stage that I am, there was a time they didn't take them serious.
Okay.
I think I've sat down with AY and he told me some stuff. He said there was a time he would go to a lounge to perform. Say, Baba, just go, no worry, we'll get back to you. They don't take him serious. They don't think he's a comedian, don't worry. So he told me stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, yeah. It's a general thing. I thought it was for we at this level. I never knew there was a time he also faced that.
So generally, how would you rate the comedic scene in the North? Generally, how will you look at it?
The North is one of the most funniest places if you've been to the North. I know of Ibro, the guy in the North. That guy cracks me up effortlessly. He doesn't have to say a word. Saying him alone gives me joy. And the North, actually, they love comedy. It's just that some environments are not accepting it, but they love it. I've seen so many northern families who buy tickets to come to an event just to laugh and go back. They wouldn't even buy the normal, they'll buy the front row just to enjoy the show and go back. They not love comedy, but they need to do more work in accepting comedy to the North. It's going to be a very big one. I'm even comfortable in the North than outside there. The Northerners show you love when they want to show you love in terms of entertainment. When they want to show you love, they love what you do, forget it.
Okay, now, how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected, comedy in Nigeria, in the North as well?
It wasn't an easy one. That's why most of us went online, because I had no business online. I was doing my normal stand-up before COVID-19. Well, I was at home all the while, nothing is coming, and I was becoming more creative, but there was no platform to show because there were so many contents on the COVID-19 they were coming. How do I present it? I have to start doing skit. That was where I ventured into skit. I had to start doing skit to show them some content, and I discovered people were engaging more. So I was like, okay, this is a market, but COVID-19 affected stand-up. It affected stand-up. People would no longer gather to enjoy them. So even till now, we are still struggling. We know it's going, but it's not really easy. The pandemic was something else. You want to do an event, you know, even with the full hall, you're not gaining much. Now they said you should still split the audience and everything. So it was a big one.
Okay, so you would say thank God for social media, right?
Thank God for
okay,
social
so
media.
Let's paint a scenario where there is no social media at all.
Well, you remember the time WhatsApp and Facebook went blank. I thought that was the end of the road for so many people. That very night, I restarted my phone like 20 times because I posted the skits that evening. And the first 30 minutes of that skit was getting mad reactions. I was like, oh, this is nice. And all of a sudden, everything stopped. I was like, so is it that this content is not appealing? WhatsApp wasn't speaking. I was like, Twitter was the only thing working then. I had to go to Twitter and I was checking updates. So I now saw that WhatsApp and Instagram is down. I was like, hey, this is it. But YouTube was working then. So I moved all my content to YouTube. But how do I redirect the people to YouTube? I use WhatsApp and WhatsApp is down. And I was like, this shouldn't happen. Then they rectified the issue the next day and we all came back. And I even created a video on it.
Okay.
But it wasn't easy. Social media.
Is a lifesaver.
Mark Zuckerberg. That guy is holding so many people in his hands.
Okay, so what about the Twitter ban? How did it affect you guys?
Twitter ban,
really, right?
Twitter ban didn't affect me that much because I wasn't big on Twitter. I was just going there to read comments. Twitter is a funny place. Everybody there is just violent. Just go there, read comments and go. But somehow I was still checking up Twitter once in a while. Government forgive me, but I had to. I had to because I get content from Twitter a lot. Okay. I get content. There are 30% of my videos I get the content from Twitter. There are some words some people will say randomly, but they don't know it's a content to me. So I'll just pick it up and work on it. Okay.
What advice do you have for others in the industry, especially those who find it difficult to be original?
But the truth is, originality pays more. When you discover yourself, you will enjoy yourself. You can't perform freely when you are somebody else. Like if you are using a basket mouth joke, you can't perform where there is basket mouth. So automatically you become blank. But when you are yourself, even if it's not that funny, but it can appeal to the audience, or you're like, that was nice, do it. Then what you have to do is to keep enhancing it. Look for basket mouth punchline. Look at how did he come to this punchline. Then create it with your own joke. Give it a different touch. It becomes yours. That's your own. But you will enjoy yourself more when you are original. There are some events I would go to there. I would feel free because I know even if there are 200 comedians, what I'm going to say there belongs to me. And what I should be scared of is if they would not take my content. I'm not scared of what originality is it. Yeah.
So how difficult is it for you to get content? You get it just like you said. I know you get some online from things that you actually see online. Do you actually tap into your personal experiences as well, or the experiences of others?
My environment helps me a lot. Like I've refused to relocate. I live in the Maraba area. I have refused to relocate because the moment I leave Maraba, I think I will lose creativity. Working in Maraba alone is funny. Everybody is just there. From the market women to the street boys to everybody is just doing their thing. So if you are in their midst, they are giving you content. Some people will just say some random stuff and it's random to them, but to me on stage that's going to be a bomb. So I'll just pick it up. So my environment helps me, social media helps me, Twitter, gather contents together. And somebody's normal comment is my original content. That's what I do.
Okay, now just before we wrap up, what's the funniest joke that you've ever had? And also, I want you to make us laugh. You know, you're here. This is an opportunity for you to, show us what you're made of.
Not the funniest joke. I can't really pick one of my funniest jokes, but it's one intro I did, and it was in Transcorp. I was performing, and everywhere was calm, and I came up stage. I was like, "Good evening, everyone." They were like, "Good evening. My name is Aminu, I'm from the best states in this country. I'm talking about the states with the highest skyscraper designs. I'm talking about the states with the best road designs, the best structural designs in this country. And I kept noticing. Everybody was like, okay. And I was like, Kogi State. And they were like, Kogi State, skyscraper designs. I said, yeah, designs. We've not built
Exactly, the designs are actually there.
Oh my
we've
goodness.
not built it there. So I just played around that. And I like talking about my people so much, Kogi State. You know, I remember that experience when I was on bike in Kogi State and the speed was too much. I was like, calm down. You're carrying somebody. So something came to my head while I was on the bike and I tried it on stage and it worked. I was like, okay. I was on bike and the bike was speeding too much. And you know when you're on bike, the air is coming to your eye, you can't see. You have to close your eyes. I was like, I closed my eye and I asked the bike guy, this speed too much. I know they even see, say even himself. You know they see, he just they so you don't understand the and it actually worked.
Okay. All right, at least, you know, he succeeded in making us laugh.
Yes,
Thank you.
actually.
All right, do you have more questions? Okay, I think with that, you know, it was fun hanging out with you on Daybreak Extra. I'm the comedian. Thank you so much. And, you know, I'm sure you have projects coming up,
So
right?
many.
Yes, so many. Just tell us a few about them before we wrap up.
Okay, every December I do my jokes and stitches with Aminu the comedian. Just a stand-up comedy show. You come, you laugh. My tickets are just flat rates. You come, you sit, you laugh, you go back. That's one of my projects. And I'm working on my online space. I'm trying to make sure my YouTube peaks. I'm working on my Facebook and my YouTube. I want to make sure they work perfectly.
I think consistency would actually do that.
Yeah,
You know,
I've
just be
noticed within this
consistent.
January I've dropped 6 different contents, which I've not done in a while. I don't drop 6 videos in a month, but I tried it this month and I noticed my page moved up. I'm like, well, okay, this works. Let's keep doing it.
All right.
So the best of luck.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank
for
you so
having
much
me.
for coming, you know, on the show as well. And I think with that, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. It was
Yes.
fun. Today was fun. I wish it didn't have to end, but what can we say?
Yeah.
You know, man must rest. Did I make you laugh? Oh, yes, I did. I could be a comedian, you know. All right, I'm Dasha and Husseina Usman. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend and see you next week, same time on Daybreak Extra on Trust TV.
Well, it's been great having you on Daybreak Extra this lovely Saturday morning. Let's do it all again next week. My name is Ibrahim Yusuf. Have a wonderful weekend.